We've all been there. It's day one at a new job. You have the raw talent, you made it through the interview, but looking at the actual operation, you realize you have no idea how things actually run here. This gap represents the distance between what you currently know and the specific output the business needs you to deliver. In workforce planning, bridging this divide is the first priority. Before you touch a piece of equipment or write a line of code, the company has to orient you. This mandatory first step is induction training. Induction covers the non-technical essentials. You learn health and safety procedures, get a handle on company policies, take a physical facility tour, and meet your new colleagues. For an employer, this orientation helps you integrate faster and lowers the likelihood that you'll quit during your first month. But there is a trade-off. Every hour spent on a facility tour is an hour of lost production time. Induction gets you comfortable enough to start, but it doesn't teach you the technical mechanics of the work. To learn the actual job, you have to hit the floor. Once you know where the fire exits are, technical instruction begins. This is on-the-job training. The focus here is practical. You learn the company's specific systems by doing the work at your own workstation without leaving the building. Companies usually rely on 3 methods to do this. There is demonstration, where you watch a process and then try it yourself. There is coaching, where an experienced peer walks you through a task. And finally, there is job rotation, where you move between different roles to understand how the entire department functions. Employers favor this approach because it avoids travel expenses, and because you are training on active projects, the business maintains a continuous level of output. But there are risks. If your peer trainer has bad habits, you will likely pick them up yourself. Furthermore, asking an experienced worker to teach while they work can distract them from their own deadlines. On-the-job training is a financially efficient way to build practical skills, but its quality depends entirely on the competence of the colleague delivering it. Sometimes a skill is too complex or too dangerous to figure out on the factory floor. That is when a business moves to off-the-job training. Traditionally, this involves sending staff to college classrooms or external training centers. The advantage here is focus. You are taught by dedicated experts in an environment free of office interruptions. However, the costs are high. The business pays for course fees and travel, and while you are in that classroom, your daily productivity drops to 0. To manage these costs, companies are increasingly turning to a modern alternative, the Virtual Learning Environment, or VLE. A VLE is a web-based system that allows employees to access lectures and materials from their own computers. It eliminates travel costs and allows staff to study without leaving the physical workplace. Whether the training is physical or virtual, the company sacrifices immediate output in exchange for specialized, expert-driven knowledge. Over time, these individual skills begin to compound. Short-term training evolves into long-term professional development through work-based qualifications. Apprenticeships are a prime example. This system allows you to learn a formal trade directly on the job while earning a salary, allowing you to gain credentials without university debt. There are also Scottish Vocational Qualifications, or SVQs. Here, an external assessor visits the workplace to observe your competence, resulting in a formal certification of your skills. For new graduates, large corporations run graduate training schemes. These are competitive, rotational programs where new hires spend 1 to 2 years learning different aspects of finance, human resources management, and daily operations. When companies offer these formal pathways, they create a clear route for career progression. This builds employee loyalty and provides the organization with a pipeline for future leaders. To see if this investment is actually worth it, we have to weigh the financial and temporal costs against the returns for both the employer and the employee. For the employer, the costs are direct. They face the expense of the courses, the hours of lost output, and the risk that an upskilled employee will take their new talents to a competitor. But the employee sees a different side of the scale. For them, the training leads to increased confidence, better promotion prospects, and higher salary potential. Those individual gains eventually benefit the company. As the scale tips, the organization gains a more flexible workforce with higher efficiency and significantly lower staff turnover. This stands in contrast to the costs of avoiding training, higher accident rates, lower motivation, and the constant expense of recruiting to replace staff who don't feel valued. The math suggests that while training requires a commitment of time and capital, the reduction in errors and recruitment costs creates a measurable return for both the business and its staff.